Hey, how are you doing, Bill, over at Mars Vacuum Center? My name is Christa, and we actually spoke yesterday afternoon over the phone. And as promised, here is a custom screencast video for Mars Vacuum Center. I'm going to go over three key tips in this video that will significantly boost your business clientele and just bring a lot more customers through the door. One of the main reasons I do this video is just to really inform and give you some valuable information. I want to be of service to you and just show you the possibilities when there is a strong SEO presence on the back end of your website. Also, another really important reason that I send these videos out is because a lot of business owners, unfortunately, lately have been getting just really gypped out of their money, to be honest, because they may pay someone who says they know SEO really well, but in actuality, they don't know it very well. And so there's a lot of things that goes, there's a lot of details that I feel like a lot of SEO agencies and even web designers miss out when they are trying to put together a really powerful site that can outrank the competition. And so I kind of send these out just as a way to show you that, I've done my homework, and that this advice really is helpful and very valuable when implemented correctly. And so I just want to go through this. I'm going to try to keep it brief, but I also want to make sure that we've got enough time to fit in the right information and make it very plain. I'm going to lay it out and just show you the benefits that can come about through these. Now, I'm going to go through three key things. I'm going to go through content, citations, and backlinks. And those are three of the most important things to focus on when we're talking about boosting our site and outranking the competition on Google. Now, when I'm talking about content, by the way, I think this is pretty cool right here in Alien for Mars Vacuum Center. I think this is a neat logo here. So very catches my eye. I suppose I would say definitely catches my eye. When I'm talking about content, I'm talking about everything on the front page, and that includes the pictures as well. And it also includes what's behind the pictures and what the pictures are saved as. So, like for example, let me see. I'm gonna try to. So I right clicked on this vacuum cleaner here, this picture of a vacuum cleaner. And when I go to save image as, Google actually pays attention to this right here. They pay attention to what the picture is saved as. And so just a really brief like tip I would give you right there off the bat is to save it as a keyword, right? Save it as a key term. Why not? And use a key phrase. And I can even show you a couple of those really good key phrases to use when you're saving pictures. And that'll help just act almost as like a magnet to attract potential clients to your site. And so keywords and key terms and key phrases are what is used when potential clients in your area go to Google to search for the type of services you have to offer. So vacuum sales, vacuum repair, all of those terms. So Google actually pays attention to that. I recommend doing between 1,000 and 1,500 words on the home page. With Google, I always say the more the merrier. And I also look at Google less as a search engine and more as a popularity contest, right? So if you think about like sites like Wikipedia, just about anything you search in Wikipedia, they are they're the first to pop up, right? In Google. And it's not like they've got, some special deal with Google going on. But it's just because of their content. They've got loads and loads of content. And they've got tons of backlinks, which I'll talk about in a little bit as well. But like I said, I recommend 1,000 to 1,500 words on the front page, even upwards of 2,000. Like I said, the more the merrier. And it can't hurt, right? And if we want to get really specific, so I went here on this is, by the way, your competition. That's their current word count on their front page. So you guys could easily beat them out with a thousand words. Um, and just to be more proactive, why not 1,500? So we want to make sure we've got enough room on the front page. Here's the reason that I recommend that word count, because you want to make sure you've got enough room that shows potential clients what it is you do, where you do it, and how you do it, right? And you also want enough room to fit in those keywords. Google docks points for something called keyword stuffing, and that's when you take a bunch of keywords and you put it in one or two paragraphs. They don't like that because they kind of see it as you trying to hack Google's algorithm and just stuff as much in as possible without the content even making sense. And so I always tell people a good tip to use is take one keyword and space it out every 100 words. That way, when Google scans your site, they don't dock points for keyword stuffing, right? And so also, let me go over here. I wanted to pull up your competition because, like I said, I was curious. Of course, it's Dyson's a service center, right? And you may say, well, it's impossible to beat out Dyson, like, because that's a brand name. It's impossible to beat out their service center. Not not really. If you look on this page that's specifically for the area, they don't have a lot of keywords. Like I said, they've got, I mean, a lot of content. I'm sorry. They've got, like I said, 232 words. Um, and so, yes, it is possible to beat out Dyson Service Center in your area for content, right? Um, Second thing I want to talk about is something called citations. Now, I'm just going to go here for a second. Type in vacuum repair Houston, right? So the first site or company that pops up is, I'm not going to use Fast Vacuum because, as you can see here, unfortunately, their website has been suspended. So not sure what they did to make that happen, but it could be a number of things. But I have seen that before, so I'm gonna go to M&M Vacuum Company. Actually, let me go back here. This over here is called the Google Map Pack. It's pretty simple. But a citation is pretty much the company's name, right? M&M Vacuum Company, the company's address, right? Kirby Drive, and the company's phone number listed across multiple online directories and listed accurately. The reason I want to emphasize the word accurately there is because I've actually seen businesses, unfortunately, they get dock points in Google for not having accurate information across multiple platforms. And when I say multiple platforms, I'm just talking about online directories. So we can even think of Facebook as a directory, right? We can think of Yelp as a directory. We can think of Yellow Pages as a directory. We can think of Google as a directory. Better Business Bureau. These are all directories that you can list your business information in. However, if that information is not accurate, like let's say a business changes numbers, they change location, something changes with their business hours, and they don't list that information in those directories correctly, Google docks points for that, right? Because they see it as kind of like an invalid, and almost like you're not keeping up with your business, right? They kind of see it as bad handling, bad management on the business side. And Google wants to make sure that whoever is popping up at the top, which is pretty much who they're recommending to people who are using their search engine, they want to make sure whoever is popping up at the top is a valid, excellent business, right? And one of the ways we do that is by making sure that our citations are good, right? And accurate. So I use a tool for this called WhiteSpark. Really amazing tool. It allows me to track citations on a monthly basis. And so pretty much how I do this in order to get it as in order to hit the nail on the head with this one, I see where your competition, where their citations are, and I see where your citations are. And so we want to get our business information listed in the same directories and more than our competition, right? If we want to beat out our competition. And so it's a great tool. Like I said, it allows for accuracy and precision when I'm working on citations. So that is pretty much everything I want to cover with citations. Now, the third and final tip and tool that I want to jump to that I think is highly important. It's one of my favorite things to talk about is backlinks. Now this is where SEO gets kind of nerdy, but I'm going to try to lay it out plain and just kind of go through this to make sure that I cover it, right? So I use a tool called Ahrefs. I love Ahrefs because it is as close to Google Analytics as possible. I love numbers, and I like to make sure I'm very accurate in the numbers. I also like Ahrefs because I can check it on a pretty consistent basis to track my progress and track and make sure that whatever I'm doing to help a site rank higher in Google and beat the competition, to make sure what I'm doing is working, right? We don't want to take shots in the dark. We don't just want to guess on things. We want to make sure that every effort, every bit of ounce of energy we throw to making a site as perfect as possible, we want to make sure that that is actually paying off and that it's actually resulting in more clients coming through the door, right? And so when I talk about backlinks, I'm pretty much talking about an authoritative website, an authoritative platform passing back power or authority to your website. So imagine if you've got a link in a blog, right? A pretty authoritative blog, and they are passing power back to Mars Discount Vacuum, right? And so you can also think of it as, some people use the word link juice, right? You may have heard that term thrown around before. So if I say, oh, this website, they need some link juice, I'm talking about backlinks. Another thing I love about the site is, and by the way, we can see you've got 79 referring domains right now, giving you 813 I'm sorry, not 800, 313 backlinks. Now if I go over here to Dyson, look at this. They've got 6 referring domains, giving them 13 backlinks. Their domain rating score is so high because this is their domain, Dyson.com. But their URL, which is this entire thing, which is for the service center in the Houston area, is 11. I want you to see that again. You guys have a score of 27 URL. They have one of 11 as far as this area. So if you're asking, is it possible to beat out the Dyson's service center in the area? It is absolutely more than possible. And I'm surprised there are no keywords here. So this is not hard to beat out at all. I want to show you guys some. Oh yeah, another way to think about backlinks is, let's say you join a company, right? And you are new in the company, but you want to get really close to the high up executives. And then you meet someone else in the company who is actually best friends with the higher up executives. And so because you are friends with them now, they can share their authority and their influence and their pull that they have with the higher up executives with you. And so just picture it as you linking up with someone who has authority and sharing their authority and their power with you. Another thing too we could do here, you guys have out of your 313 backlinks, do follow means that they are accurately passing power and authority back to your site. No follow, however, which is 82% of your links, which means they are not passing back authority to your site in the way that they should. And so that's actually the fact that you guys have a higher percentage of no follow versus do follow is actually hurting this score. And so like I've seen link juice like put companies like, they go from a 0.1, 0.2 all the way up to like a 30, 40, 50. So that's why I love backlinks. When done well, they result in enormous gains for a business. Oh yeah, I told you guys I would show you. So here are some here, and you guys can of course slow this video down, but here's some keywords that I would suggest saving your pictures as. So this has this word here, Dyson dc33, has a 5,600 volume per month on average, and it's a very low keyword difficulty, only a 1. So well, thank you so much, Bill, for your time, and I look forward to talking with you soon. All right, bye bye.